Good morning. I want to teach today the classical evolution. So, let's go into the topic of the classical evolution. So, in a classical evolution, when you go to the classical evolution, you will understand the way human, it's a first class, okay, it's a first class. So, the way in which humans evolve, the way in which humans progress, the way in which humans transform their life. So coming to there is one of the very good the scholars like the Tyler, the Morgan, Friesen, like this, right? So coming to the stage where the human progress came into existence, coming to the savagery, barbarism, and the civilization. The social development was witness of successive development in sequences. The present stage of mankind had undergone progressive change in which the course of direction of evolution occurred from the thing such as simple to complex. How can we say the simple to complex? The way which we are leading towards simple to complex. Suppose when you see, go back thousands of years ago, when the early man came into existence, we used to eat the food. We used to eat the food like hunters and gatherers. For the existence of survival, we used to search for the food. फूड के लिए हम सर्च करते हैं है ना एंड वी यूज टू गो एवरीवेयर एंड वी यूज टू कलेक्ट दैट इज़ अ मेन फंक्शन एंड दैट इज़ इन अ होमोस्टेस वे हर एक आदमी वही करता है ईच एंड एवरी पर्सन विल डू द सेम थिंग बट when you go the stages of progress, the stages of evolution change over the period of time. There is a need for the new things, complex, everything became complex and everything became diversified from homo to hetero, some simple to complex. Suppose in a homo means all people will do the same work. Where you go to the hetero, the different people will do the different works, like some today using the doctors, engineer, different ways of occupations created over the period of time. But the thing is, the way of life which we are leading towards from indefinite to definite. So, in a definite way, the way of well organized doing of things, the way of well organized doing of things. So, in a definite way, you do the way of well organized way. Coming to this idea of progress came towards the unilateralism. Means it's a unilinear process from the savagery, barbarism towards the civilization, the path towards the civilization. Take a lot of years. Take a lot of years. I want to say this is a good person like E.B. Tyler. So he wrote a book, the two books he wrote. And when you see what he used to say, the culture, the tradition, the similarity in these books, and such a thing that the language of origin, the language of such a thing, the way towards the progress of progress which we able to see over the period of time. Yeah. So the the way of the language came into the existence and the part of original gestures we used to give in a non-verbal way of form. It takes a time. It takes a time. Coming to the society. What is the difference between the street dog and the man? When you see the comparison, generally comparison करो, एक street dog और man का क्या comparison है? So the street dogs used to wake up in morning and search for the food. Okay, until when it get the food, okay, it consumes and it sleeps. Again, the cycle repeats. Next morning, search for the food. Again, eats and sleeps. When you compare to the man, it's the same, similar. Alright, today the way of life change, the evolution change, And we went to the different forms, different occupations, the way of, yes. But the same, when you compare from Bill Gates to the poor man, okay, from Bill Gates to the beggar, the way of life is same. Okay, the money is different thing, but the way of life is same. The way of life is same. Food, mate, space, common, common. But when you see the thing that what the societies, the culture we adapted is different. The part of the thing is the knowledge, the art, the moral, the belief, the ethics, the customs which you made. And when you compare, according to this B. Morganji, you compare the way the theory which is given from the classificative to the descriptive. So coming to the classificative to the descriptive, the way of the evolution came into existence. The same thing. Coming to the classificatory, coming to the descriptive, the classificatory, when the multiple mates, food, space, everything, and the security of women. But when you see the surprising thing, I want to ask, I want to go involved into the security of women. Why the concept of security of women is given the more priority? When you go back, when is early man, why there is only the men are superior? Why the men from the past went to go for hunting and gathering, whereas women are not have a chance to go? Because the women used to stay in home and take care of the children. But the thing is, why? Why there is a women empowerment on that day? No. The thing is, the woman goes through the phase of menstruation cycle. When it goes, a lot of blood released from the body of woman. So the woman used to take the rest. And when you see the anatomy of the men is more superior than the anatomy of the women. So in this point of view, in early times also we didn't give that much of priority for the woman and the security of women. Yes, the woman is very weak, so the women need a security and protection. From the early days, we didn't allow the women to participate in the hunting and gathering. So when you coming to the classificatory and coming to the descriptive way of thing, there is an indefinite patronage, indefinite parentage. When you mate with the multiple sex with the multiple persons, you don't know who is father and mother. So same is like this. The rise of private property. I want to say one thing: the why the rise of private property. Okay, when the evolution, when the early man stage used to progress over the period of time, there is a concept of settlement came into existence. Okay, जो लोग यहाँ से यहाँ पे जाते हैं, but over the period of time, the man used to eat, and man used to cultivate, and man used to eat. When there is a settlement came into the existence, when the face turned towards agriculture, then you are generating surplus. When you're generating surplus, then you need the protection. Even when you go to the early man, there is a thing of laziness will be there. If one man works hard, generates food, he used to have some surplus. Again, there is another people also will be there who don't work hard, and just they have the thought that there is no ethics and morals. They used to loot that surplus of. Oh, then there is a thing of private property came into existence. Yes, this land is belongs to me, and this land after my generation is transformed to the next generation. The thought created. Yes. Today, same it exists. So the rise of private property created for the settlement rights. Settlement. Yes, we used to travel from one place to another place. Yes, man observes that there is a fall of one seed and the seeds used to grow on plant. So he understand. So he used to settle on plant place and he used to cultivate. After that, generates surplus. After generates surplus, he need a protection. He need a protection. There is a form of government. Again, government. Different forms of government. The one thing I want to say, why the men are superior than women. There is one theory. There is an expendability theory is there. So in expendability theory, what it says is the one man can mate with the 10 women and produce n number of births, whereas not a one sorry one, when you see the 10 men cannot mate with one woman and cannot give that much of births. So when you compare these both two, so the men has more physical power, so the men have that much of capacity to do it, and this is why the woman is restricted and protected in the society. Yes, as you can say that. Coming to the over the period of time, we we progress from the knowledge of zero, where we don't have any thought. We don't have a thought that it takes some time. It takes some time from zero to we progress. Yes, where you see the mobile phone. So mobile phone अब देखते तो mobile phone didn't came when we are early mans, when we as hunters and gatherers. No, it came when there is a problem. When there is a problem, we've made a nearly 10 meters distance talking one antenna, using one antenna, and we made a phone. Then the keypad came into the evolution. Then recently, the last 15 years, we use the smartphones. Maybe tomorrow we use something. Everything didn't came at one day. It takes over the period of time. It takes the path of progression. Yes, the way of life change. And this is the thing I want to say. I want to conclude here the classical evolution.